Matheran, a thickly wooded hill station, is situated at 2,700 feet above sea level and lies about 110 kilometers from Mumbai. Discovered by Hugh Malle in 1850, this unpolluted hill station remains a favorite getaway for Mumbaiites even today. Matheran is unique not only because it was developed by an Indian entrepreneur in the days of the British Raj, but also because it is one of the very few Indian hill stations to have its own little railway. Going up to Matheran in this hill train is a pleasure indeed. The affair begins at Nerar, which lies at the foothills of Matheran. A laid-back station on the Mumbai-Pune main line, Nerar seems to be the appropriate place to start a narrow gauge journey. The train with its relaxed pace climbs 20 kilometers with a maximum gradient of 1 in 20 to reach Matheran. Taking treacherous curves and passing through diverse terrain, the train rests a while at two tiny stations, Jummapatti and Waterpipe. After 6 kilometers of sharp bends and steep climbs, the train briefly halts at Jummapatti. The original purpose of this station was to replenish the water reserves of the steam engines. Steam engines worked on this line for an astounding 75 years, with the first one being run in as early as 1907. The Nerar-Matheran railway line was a brainchild of Honorable Mr. Abdul Hussain, son of an eminent businessman from Bombay, Sir Adamji Peerbhoi. Sir Adamji owned ships, textile mills and the largest tanneries in Asia. Sole owner of the Matheran Light Railway Company, he invested a staggering 16 lakh rupees in this venture, showing immense faith in his son's dream. Abdul Hussain, an architect by profession, was a frequent visitor to Matheran at the turn of the century. In 1900, he camped at Nerar and commenced a survey for laying the railway line. After 4 years of painstaking work began the challenging task of construction. Overcoming numerous difficulties, the line was ready for regular use in 1907. At a time when trains were owned only by the British Raj and the princes, Matheran Light Railway was a pride of the Peerbhois. Handpicked by Abdul Hussain, these 060 T-type Orenstein and Koppel engines were built in Germany. They weighed about 18 tons, making it a lightweight engine as compared to its peers. These steam engines were tailor-made to steer around the sharp curves on the line. To enable this, the makers used the unusual Klein-Lindner system of hollow articulated axles. While turning, the central axle could slide sideways and the end axles radiated to form an arc. On a straight track, all the three axles would align like those of a normal engine. In 1955, diesel engines were introduced to meet the increasing traffic on the line. These engines were procured from young locomotives, thus continuing the German connection. The articulation of these NDM-1 class engines was achieved by suspending a single cap between two prime movers. The cream and blue colored engines would utilize power from two units while ascending, but only one of them during the descent. Of the 7 engines from this class, one is still serving on the line, while the others were replaced by the NDM-6 class in the late 90s. Built by Sand locomotives in Bangalore, this small engine can maneuver the turns without the need of articulation. Weighing at 17.5 tons, it completes the journey in about 2 hours with the maximum permissible speed being 16 kilometers an hour. It's indeed a pleasure to watch the pretty red engine hauling the beautiful blue and cream bogies through the mountains. Another tranquil station on this line lies at about 12 kilometers from Nera. Nestled in a forest, this station came to be known as Water Pipe because it served as a refilling station in the days of steam. Besides this, these stations are also used as a point of crossing for the ascending and descending trains. The token system of signaling used here is unique to single-line tracks. The token is a ball carried by the engine driver, which has to be delivered to the station master to clear the track for the oncoming train. It ensures that no two trains run at the same time on the same section. Considering the mountainous terrain, narrow gauge seemed to be the obvious choice. A gauge of 610 millimeters or 2 feet was thus selected. The original rails weighed at 30 pounds per yard and were later replaced by ones weighing 50 pounds per yard. This gauge substantially reduced the construction efforts and the civil engineering costs. Smaller gauge also meant tighter curves and smaller tunnels. At a height of about 2,500 feet, the train meanders through thick forests, making it a delightful sight for the travelers. Taking brave curves along sheer cliff edges, the little darling chugs on at a leisurely pace. The breathtaking sight of the valley is sure to linger on beyond the journey. These very sights, sounds and colors must have inspired Abdul Hussain to undertake the arduous task of building the legendary hill train. The Peerbhois developed more than 100 plots at Matheran, thus transforming it into a hill station for the elite. An insight into their enterprise to attract holidayers from Bombay can be seen from this calendar that was published in 1910s.
Here too, it would be difficult to discover on the map of the world a